well, the base of you is now the same girth as the top of you. And I'm like, yeah, I noticed that too. And she literally thinks it's night and day different, and so do I. What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's ASMR sip is 1907water.com. ASMR Spritz Intelligent Elephant Iron. Hear your noises. All right, I'm gonna try not to laugh through this one, but today I'm going to be making the most dangerous penis enlargement video ever. Do not copy this, but I'm teasing the cure video for post-finasteride syndrome. So for those who don't know, I was castrated at the start of this year. Meaning before this happened to me, I was around 8.2 inches. Upon chemical castration, I was like 1 inch erect. That crazy. You would think like, okay, you know, you're chemically castrated, blah, blah, blah. It'll go back to normal. I had fibrosis of the penis, meaning my penis was burned off. It was not going to come back normally, and I was fucked. So when you hear the extremeness of this experiment, just know that I wanted to die. I wanted to lay on the sword. I was willing to do anything. I wanted to fucking die. The end, right? I wouldn't copy this. You know, me and Andrew went back and forth on even if I should even do this video. And to me, this is a teaser video to the full cure video where I've done crazy shit, including iodine poisoning myself and shoving someone's shit up my ass. The full cure video is going to be crazy, but this is part of it. And I've decided to split it off into the penis enlargement category of my profile. So please hit the like on this video so more people see this extremeness. I'm going to try to explain this in the most simplest terms I can based on what happened to me. I'm not saying this would happen to you, but what happened to me. Everyone was leading me in wrong directions. Pathological lying was going on at the start because, in my opinion, I don't think anyone thought I could cure myself, and or they thought that I was over exaggerating boy crying wolf, where I literally almost fucking died. Like, my heart wasn't working right. The dick being burned off was an afterthought of me just being able to move, walk around, form sentences at the start of this syndrome. As I recovered to a stability point of like, okay, I can do some errands without getting fatigued and everything, I started to really worry about my libido, my ability to have children, or overall my penis health, because it was getting worse. As scary as this happens to a lot of guys with finasteride, who are the outliers who react like this. In my opinion, the reasoning behind that is there's something wrong with the androgen receptors in the penis. It's where if the AR are not firing correctly, there's not going to be blood flow there. It's going to eventually slowly burn off, deteriorate, fibrosis. And I was being fucking told that, oh, you just lost your libido, that's it. No. I had like, my dick was burned off. And the way I would notice it is when I would get erect, it looked like my dick was making no nitric oxide, and the penis has its own version of nitric oxide. I forget the specific term for it, but none of that was going on. And when I would have sex, it would be super painful, would not be pleasurable. Couldn't feel anything other than I felt like my dick was getting beat up. My dick would not regenerate. My dick would look worse time after time after time. It was very sad time. I eventually, after trying all sorts of shit, got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm going to finally do sodium valproate XR, and I'm going to risk my brain further in hopes to heal myself because I wanted to die. Basically, I didn't care if I was meant to go down this path and I was being spiritually led to this drug that Leo Longevity recommended that has a shit ton of potential risk factors. I made a full video on valproate, which Andrew already edited. Basically, I could become mentally a vegetable, and in the state I was in doing this was very problematic because I was already basically very slow. You can see the way my speech is compared to the start of this syndrome, and you can go watch a playlist to hear what I was like at the start, and that's me trying really hard to talk on camera, right? That's me putting on an act. I can't even put on an act. It was that fucking bad, and I was gonna add in sodium valproate. So sodium valproate, everyone again smeared me immediately saying that it was all a bipolar episode because that's what valproate is somewhat used for. It's actually used for epilepsy and seizures, but you know, because it has use factors in bipolar, I was smeared immediately. But the real reason I did it is because it's a gene switcher. It's an RNA switcher. It opens up all the genes in your body, allowing for my genes to go back to normal. And I wanted that AR expression to go back to normal because I do really believe that's the root cause. All the fucking people who banned me off Reddit for saying my own opinion, you know, I actually fucking cured myself. So again, you didn't. I am not going to sit and argue nerd factor over what I did. I already fucking did it. I'm the OG lab rat. I don't give a shit. You can believe me or not. I already healed someone, which I'll be featuring on this channel. I didn't charge him a dime. This isn't a money-making scheme. He will say the exact protocol he did, same one as me, and where he's at versus where he was. So if you have a fucking disbelief and that I don't tell the truth, I will simply lay it out further. I started the sodium valproate with dihydroboldenone. I started injecting dihydroboldenone around my penis, right? Super fucking painful. So I was hyper concentrating the dihydroboldenone level around the penis to combat the AR overexpression from the top down. From the bottom up, I scaled sodium valproate up to 2 Gs a day, which had me puking, hair falling out. I could barely walk. My CNS was walking like this. Literally felt like death. I couldn't make sentences because the amount of GABA in my brain was so insane that just having a thought was hard. I'd rather stare at a fucking wall all day. What happened was my penis architecture changed. It's different now. It's bigger now. I don't know how to describe it other than the fact that I've been in an 11-year relationship with the same exact woman who ride or died with me this year with a dick completely burned off, my persona completely obliterated to beyond beta Russo, and she believed that I could figure it out and stuck with me. And she dealt with me having to eat her out versus being used to having a fucking 8-inch pipe. It was definitely a relationship dynamic change, obviously, but she has been in my life having sex with me for over a decade. So when she says that my dick is permanently different, that holds weight. I continued injecting dihydroboldenone around my dick. I was getting paranoid. Basically, what I did was I could edge myself unlimited times because, you know, I'm reading the Reddit people. They don't even know what fucking valproate does, but GABA offsets dopamine, meaning when I was beating my dick, I was feeling absolutely nothing other than the blood pressure impact from the dopamine. I couldn't feel the dopamine, but I could essentially edge myself forever as long as I didn't let my heart explode. So I would sit and edge myself forever with the dihydroboldenone injected all around my penis while taking HCG, while taking RFSH, while taking HMG. And then I finally added in dihydrotestosterone cream, the most powerful dihydrotestosterone cream I could find, onto my penis while I was masturbating, edging myself. What was happening was I basically re-simulated puberty with dihydroboldenone around my penis, with dihydrotestosterone cream on my penis, with the DNA RNA in my penis wide open to change. Architecturally, my penis changed. It is way bigger. I don't know how to describe it other than, like, Carolyn will ask me, hey, are you pumping your penis again? No, I haven't pumped my penis in months. Are you hanging your penis again? No, I haven't hung my penis in months. Well, the base of you is now the same girth as the top of you. And I'm like, yeah, I noticed that too. And she literally thinks it's night and day different, and so do I. It's very dramatic the permanent change after having enough neurosteroids built up into my system where I can actually get full-blown erections. My dick size has changed so much that I get fucking dizzy during erections when my neurosteroid levels weren't high enough. And I literally do think the road to 9 is possible. And it's funny because the dudes who were laughing at me that my dick was burned off, it's now bigger than it was before this happened. And this is the most insane penis enlargement protocol, I think, in history. And I wanted to put this on YouTube because I can't even believe this shit at this point. You know, this year for me aged my soul like, I don't know, like 50 fucking years. Like, this year for me is a mind fuck beyond a mind fuck. I started this year with a 0.9 inch dick, and I ended this year with an 8-inch dick that the girth is just, it's night and day different. Carolyn says when I wake up with morning wood, it just looks like a fucking weapon sitting there. Where, again, I had a very big package before this. It's dramatically bigger. Before this, to maintain my big package, I was pumping, I was hanging pretty much all the time, very determined to get to 9 inches. I'm not doing that right now. I'm really not trying to stress out my body by pumping and hanging. I'm waiting for my legs fully to come back, and each day they get like 0.5% better. When I have erections, my legs go slightly asleep, slightly numb, because that's where the neurosteroids are being pulled to feed my erection. So I'm really not trying to pump my dick in the shower, pull all the shit out of my legs. I want my legs to recover. I am not doing any sort of penis enlargement shit, yet my dick architecture is permanently changed as if I redid puberty, opened up all my genes, and then added in this dihydrotestosterone, dihydroboldenone environment where it was hyper concentrated around my penis because I injected the most painful steroid to inject right around my dick, almost sub-Q on my dick. And then I rubbed dihydrotestosterone cream on top of that while using HCG, HMG to maintain testicular function. Wow, that sodium valproate had all my genes open like a slot machine, and I permanently altered my penis size as if I went through puberty on tons of DHT. This definitely solidifies me as the craziest penis biohacker ever. I'm sorry. Fuck the getting bigger Reddit. He talks shit on me during this time, making fun of me with my castrated dick, and now I have pushed the limits of high performance to a point where no one will ever touch, and I can just say this works. I wanted to say this because there are guys who don't have good father figures in their life and or are stubborn. They're incels. They don't do much during puberty other than play video games. This impacts their penile development. I'm only saying this because I was very active. I was a wrestler. I was a combat athlete during that time. I already had very good libido. I was around 6.4 inches in high school, and I had weightlifting, cross-country running, wrestling, track, distance all year round. I had a very good father who pushed me in athletics that helped me sexually develop myself and then took it farther in bodybuilding. There are guys that do not have that. They then do not hit their final bout of puberty. They then live through their 20s as a man boy, and they do not have a penis, in my opinion, that could satisfy a woman to a point where they pair bond with them. Thus, they end up getting used by modern day women as fucking a piggy bank or just led on. And if only they could go back in time, redo puberty, and train hard. They have the education. I feel like incels are the smartest people in the world because they're most observant. Most of my incel friends, I enjoy their friendships more than alpha jocks because I'd rather have someone who could observe and analyze way better than me to teach me, rather than a jock that's competing for my frequency. And I've seen this time and time again where incels wake up in their mid-20s and they want to redo their life. They wish they could go back in time and do puberty different. I think getting to 9 is easy by age 30, 31, 32 at this point. I have extreme confidence that I can pull off the road to 9. If you can take anything away from this, this is why I'm stating this. Just because you're sexually confident doesn't mean somebody else is struggling in that department and could help you in some other department, aka intelligence, aka observational skills, aka manifestation paths. That's what an incel shines at. They're super observant of the world. They are not sexually confident. If this experiment goes viral, I'm just saying, there's something for that. Obviously, I'm going to showcase this in the full healing video, but do not copy this. Don't. The valproate had me almost dying. I was wheezing all day. I would wake up, walking up the stairs. My hair was falling out like fucking clumps. I'd wake up, my hair's all over the fucking bed. I look like a fucking cancer patient. After I healed out of it, you cannot deny that I restructured my penis architecture to a new high. And I'm going to add in pumping. I bought the Hydro Extreme 11, and I am going to add in hanging again. I'm not going to do Follis and Forte. I don't really like that product, but I am going to go back into hanging eventually once my legs fully come back, and pumping. And it's like how I talk about how I reset my baseline physique. It seems like I reset my baseline dick. And I'm very interested to see where it goes, considering I'm on only HCG and HMG. I'm not even on anything in the growth hormone pathway, which adds even more thickness to my dick. And I'm not causing any sort of hypertrophy to my dick other than having sex every day. I'm not doing anything crazy as far as PE protocol right now, but my girlfriend 100%, every time we fuck now that I'm almost fully recovered, I'm like 95, 96%, she keeps asking me if I went back to pumping it because it looks bigger than when I used to pump it, and I get more dizzy nowadays with these erections. I might have just did the most insane penis experiment because I fucking had to. So for all those little dudes on Reddit who don't want to argue with me, when I release this full cure video, you're gonna be mind blown, you're gonna give me the credit I deserve, and you're not gonna ban me or my followers off of Reddit. If I had this video before I suffered, I've had so much more hope and light at the end of the tunnel, and you are already trying to censor me. Fuck the PFS network. I'll see you guys in my next video.